Hey guys, Mitko here from DNModels, and today we're unboxing a Sparmax airbrush called SP-540, a tool which belongs to the lower range of dual action airbrushes. This is a bottom feed airbrush, something that is not marketed a lot nowadays. Nevertheless, a type of tool that is in wide use due to the number of reasons. This set features a dual to single action valve, a 0.4mm nozzle and two bottles, each 20ml in volume. Everything comes in a standard for Sparmax translucent plastic clamshell, which cleverly features a hanger on one of its sides. Both the top and the bottom are tightly held by a plastic clip, and overall it represents a compact and good-looking packing, combining that with a minimalistic appearance. Inside, the foaming material holds everything into place tightly, which corresponds to the idea of the side hanger. That way you can securely hold your airbrush attached to the wall and spare some space. On the bottom there are instructions, and the overall look of everything reminds of an old school tool that was popular years ago. With that said, I have to add that this is not something old or obsolete, but rather classic in its shape and design. Its performance is something completely different, and you will see in a bit. There are two instruction sheets. First one is more of a leaflet showing how to install a single action valve to that dual action airbrush and transform it accordingly. I believe that this is very good add-on here, since the 0.4 nozzle and the large paint jars dictate the use over large surfaces with even coats, primers or clear coats for example. With a single action airbrush, a more even and equal results can be achieved. Thus, the valve here. We can find this add-on in other Sparmax airbrushes, but this is the first one that I think requires this valve to be mandatory. Then the large instruction sheet follows, and a one that describes all the parts included with their numbers and proper placement. Some guidelines for beginners are included too. For example, how to spray properly, how to maintain your airbrush, and more. Stuff that for first-time users is important, but not so much for regular airbrushes that might eventually buy this tool. This assembly schematics combined with the parts numbers is what I think is the most important here, since if you experience an accident, you can easily exchange a part using this sheet and the help of Sparmax support team. In almost every airbrush set, a wrench is present, but with Sparmax you get a cleaning brush too. Of course, the wrench is an essential part of your airbrush set, since without it a proper cleaning is not possible, or even if it is, the risk you will take removing the nozzles without one are huge. The cleaning brush is not that important but very useful. It comes handy for cleaning up paint residue while spraying, and with the synthetic materials that it is made of, it is very easy to use. It is true that many have cleaning devices, but this one here seems optimized for the job. Two paint jars are present, equal in size and made from glass. The difference is the cap. One is with screw and the other without. The latter one serves for paint container only, while the first one is used simply for spraying, providing with additional security due to the screw attachment. A spare plastic tube is present too, just in case you damage your original one. Now on to the SP-540 itself. The first thing that comes to one's mind looking at it is the word classic. Everything about this airbrush screams that. The only thing that hints about its being a lower series of tool is the tail, which is not made from polished metal material, but from a shiny silverish one that looks okay for the beauty industry, but a bit odd for modeling purposes. You can repaint that, of course, using that same airbrush. The trigger is with superb quality, nice grip and smooth action. It is nor too light or too stiff, and one can quickly learn to master this airbrush with that ergonomics featured in it. The business end looks like on every other airbrush and there is no crown cap present, but the standard needle cap, which is understandable considering the 0.4mm nozzle and the engineer's idea about SP-540. The polished body alongside with everything attached to it shows good quality and is typical for Sparmax products. The performance of everything, as you're about to see, is even exceeding the expectations. You will be surprised. That last one is the leftover in the plastic tube that sits inside of the glass bottle. As you can see, it's a lot. So as a conclusion, I must say that this airbrush is one very neat tool with great abilities. The cleaning is a bit of a hassle because of what I just mentioned. In the tube of the airbrush, there is a lot of paint remaining. And the same goes for the attachment point as well on the threads of the screw. On the other hand, this is unavoidable considering the large bottle that can hold primer enough for a large-scale plane or a ship as well as for a 16-scale tank without a problem. There is a certain smoothness in Sparmax products which can definitely be found here. The price is on the lower end and it is worth to have it. It is a very good starter tool and for advanced airbrushers, a good add-on for primer and clear coats applications. Thank you for watching, don't forget to comment down below, like the video and subscribe. I enjoyed it a lot, I hope you did too. I will see you in the next one.